Today let's see the continuation part of second chapter. In the previous video we discussed about equity, its features, merits and demerits. Today let's discuss about equity. Equity represents shareholders funds or ownership capital. Equity is compulsory for the capital structure. So having equity is compulsory for all the company. It is basic for any capital structure, in that no company can be established without equity. But debt is optional. Equity can also mean the net worth of a company. Equity is also called as net worth of a company, and net worth includes, it is the sum of equity share capital, preference share capital, and reserves and surplus. So preference share capital are not entitled to receive notice of general meeting, and they cannot attend the general meeting and vote in them. But equity shareholders, they are eligible to get notice of annual general meeting, and they can attend the meeting and vote at the meeting. And reserves are created out of the profits. Certain percentage of profits is transferred to reserve, and this reserve is made for meeting the organic and inorganic growth of the company. So let's see about equity shares. Equity shares are also known as common stock or ordinary shares. Equity shares gives ordinary ownership status to the investors. So holder of equity shares are called as the owners of the company. Equity shareholders are entitled to receive notice of general body meeting, and they can vote on all resolutions which affects the company's affairs. They have a right to share surplus income and surplus assets. So their dividend rate is not fixed, it depends on the profit. So they are having a right to receive surplus income, as well as in case of a liquidation of a company, they are having a right to get share in the assets of the company. Equity shareholders who bear the loss of the company. So here loss is limited to the amount of investment. So how much is their shareholding? So they are going to lose the amount invested in the company. In case of unlimited companies, shareholders, they need to pay from the personal properties also. But in case of limited liability company, shareholders liability is limited to the amount of investment, and rate of dividend is not fixed. Dividend is depends on the profits earned by the company. If profit is very high, means rate of dividend also high, and it is determined by the company only. The rate of dividend is determined, or it is fixed by the company. Equity shares are the darling of the finance manager. So equity shares are called as the darling of the finance manager. This is because during initial period, firm will not have a huge amount of profit, or there may be no profit. So in case of debt, it is compulsory for the company to pay interest to the debt holders. If there is a non-payment of interest, means debt holders or lenders, they can file a case against the company, or they can take over the assets if mortgage is created on any asset. But in case of equity shares, non-payment of dividend will not affect the survival of the company. So that's why it is called as the darling of finance manager. Let's see the benefits of equity shares. So equity shares are the basic for capital structure. So as there can be no business without capital, no company have a share capital or capital structure without equity shares. So after the formation of a company, while getting certificate of registration or incorporation, it is compulsory for the company to have equity shares in their capital structures. Otherwise, it is not possible to get name of the company registered with the registrar of a company. So for getting certificate of incorporation, having equity share capital in a capital structure is compulsory. That's why it is basic for the capital structure. Better solvency. Equity shareholders are ultimate bearer of the all losses of the company. Uh, because non-declaration of dividend will never threaten the survival of the company like debt. So it gives better solvency for the company, as there is no filing of case if there is non-payment of dividend to the shareholders. Suitable for gestation period. Gestation period means the period between obtaining the certificate of incorporation to the first year profit. So that period is called gestation period. Initial period anna gestation period anta ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So in that period, profit of the company is very low or there may be no profit. And in case of equity shares, as there is no need to pay any dividend to the equity shares or shareholders, so it is suitable for such a period. So even when the profits are made, many companies they promise capital appreciation and they do not pay any dividend. So it is not compulsory for the company to pay dividend to the equity shareholders, and even if the company makes a profit, it is not compulsory for making a payment. So profit ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಕೂಡ there is no compulsory for making or declaring a dividend to the equity shareholders. Yes. No redemption. Once the equity shares are issued, company cannot force the shareholders to sell the shares to the company or return the shares to the company. Again, shareholders also they cannot force the company to purchase the shares which they have. In many cases, companies offer buyback of securities in order to reduce the capital structures. So buyback ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪನಿಯ ಶೇರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕಂಪನಿಯೇ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಶೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್. ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, ಕಂಪನಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. But in that situation also, company is not, for the company it is not possible to get back its shares. So because it is not compulsory for the shareholders return the shares to the company. No charge on assets like debt. No charge is created in favor of equity shareholders. So only in case of debt, in case of secured loans, where charge is created on specific assets of the company, if there is non-payment of principal amount to the debt or secured loans, or the lenders, they can take over the assets of the company. But in case of equity shares, there is no charge is created on any specific assets, but they'll get a share in the surplus assets of the company because they are the owners of the company. Then sixth merit is no shopping for credit rating. There is no need to obtain any rating from the credit rating agencies. So for the equity shares, a company not to get any rating from the credit rating agencies. But from 2007, credit rating is created for the initial public offer. That means credit rating is created for the equity shares also. Before that, there was no credit rating for the equity shares, but now there is credit rating for the equity shares. Evaluation of share value. The prices of shares at shares are traded are known and it is broadcasted on TV channels like CNBC, DD News, etc. And along with that, every day we'll get the share values of previous day. And along with that, the rates are available on the brokers' computer terminals and mobile phones. So through that we can evaluate the share prices. So how the share prices are moving, whether it is going up or down. So that information is provided on timeline basis. Better image. Companies that promote equity culture and cultivate the equity shareholders like Reliance Industries command a good image with funding agencies. Companies which have equity shares in a capital structure, they will have good image because their solvency is not affected. They'll pay good rate to the dividend holders, and we can see the share price movements in the stock exchange. So the companies who list their shares in a stock exchange, so that company's financial position that we can assess, because annual reports they have to submit to the stock exchange, so that it gives a better image to the company. Creation of value. Equity shares converted many small shareholders and middle income group into millionaires. So I can give an example of Infosys. Initially in the 1980s, the share price of Infosys was 10 rupees. Now it is about 2600 something. So here you can see the capital appreciation. You have invested 10 rupees. Now if you are having the shares and now if you are going to sell it means you are going to get 2600. So what is the difference? What is the profit you are going to earn just because of selling? Dividend is different. Leave that. Just because of the capital you invested, you are getting a profit here. So that's what capital appreciation means. So it creates a value for the shareholders. Public knowledge of financial information. So listed companies, they sends the report to the thousands of shareholders along with the publishing it with the newspapers. Annual reports are presented in a general meeting and it is sent to the shareholders and it is displayed in newspapers and they need to prepare 4 times reports about its financial position. So quarterly financial statements they need to prepare along with that annual report they have. So 5 times they are going. We can assess the financial position by these reports. So we can see how the working of the company is going on. Let's see the demerits now. So company equity shares have certain demerits. First one is tax implication. Dividend paid on equity shares is only a division of profit and not a business expense. So companies which are having equity shares in their capital structure, they pays higher tax to the government, like the company which is having compared to the companies which are having debt in their capital structure. Because in case of debt is in case of debt interest is paid before deducting tax, before paying tax to the government. So from the profit first we are going to deduct tax payment, later on the remaining balance tax is calculated and it is paid. But in case of equity shares, first we are making a payment to the tax, means we are filing a tax, we are paying tax, later remaining profit is used for paying dividend to the shareholders. So that companies which are having equity shares in their capital structure pays a higher tax compared to the companies which are having debt in their capital structure. Management control. Equity shares, they have one share, one vote. So if you have 10 share means you'll have 10 votes. So because of this, rival companies they will use the shares for hostile takeover. That means by purchasing shares from the stock exchange, they'll have a control over the management. That is what hostile takeover means. That means any important decision to be taken by the company, so for that they need to consider the votes from the shareholders. If you have a more number of shares, then you will have majority of votes. So rival or competing firms, so they'll take over or they'll take the shares of the another company, so that they'll try to have a control over the management of the company. High rates of dividend. So dividend is not fixed in case of equity shares. It depends on the profits of the company. So if the profit is high, definitely the rate of dividend is high. Some companies they'll fix rate of dividend like 15%, 20%, 100%, 200%, 400%. Sometimes rate of dividend will be 2500%. And there will be pressure on the companies to increase the rate of dividend. So this year you have company has declared dividend of 20%. Next year shareholders they expect a dividend of 25%, and after that they'll expect 25%. Like that, the expectation from the shareholders goes on increasing. Lack of flexibility. Equity shares will not have flexible features like debt. So equity shareholders will have permanent place in the capital structures. They are not redeemed anytime. So companies they go for buyback of securities, but still there is no compulsion on the shareholders to return the shares to the company. So many time buyback of securities, that attempt will go waste because shareholders will not respond to that time. The efforts of the company will become waste. So there is no flexible features like repayment or buying back of its securities. Many companies they failed in this attempt when they go for buying back its shares from the shareholders. Stringent SEBI norms. Securities Exchange Board of India puts severe restrictions and conditions on the companies whose shares are listed on the stock exchange. They ensures that actions of the company will not affect the shareholders. So SEBI regulations in case of shares which are listed on the stock exchange is very severe compared to the debt securities. Issue of huge issue expenses. Issuing shares calls for appointing number of financial intermediaries like merchant banker, underwriter, brokers, and registrars and bankers. So all these financial intermediaries need to be paid commission. So we need to pay commission to all these financial intermediaries. Along with that, there will be huge issue expenses in the form of advertisement, printing, postage, and commission. So all these will lead to huge issue expenses when companies goes for issuing equity shares. And in case of debt, there will be only cost of preparation of project report and paying stamp duty. So many expenses is not there in case of debt. Rigid corporate governance. Companies making public issue should enter into a listing agreement with the stock exchange. So this agreement contains many clauses. It will contain many conditions. So out of many conditions, one of the clause is clause 49. It is for corporate governance. It ensures that any actions taken by the company will not affect the interest of the shareholders. And many companies they find it very difficult to follow the provisions of listing agreement. High volatility in the stock market. Share prices that fluctuates very widely. You can see the example of corona nowadays, how it is affected the stock market. Share prices they fall down just because of investors they are withdrawing their money from the shares and investing in a gold bonds. So for any small changes in our environment, that will affect severely the prices of securities. Speculation. There is too much speculation in the stock market. There are speculators like bull, bear, arbitrages. Their activities will lead to changes in the share prices. So there is too much speculation in the stock market. Complex shareholder and management relations. Relation of shareholder management is ever complicated and ever changing one. The government is in an effort to protect the interest of shareholders. It has been amending the Companies Act frequently. So company government continuously changing, making changes or amendments in the Companies Act, but still there is no satisfaction to the management and to the shareholders. So the relation of shareholder and management, it is complicated one, and it is ever changing one. So in the next video, let's move on to the practical problems. Thank you.